Hi guys, today discuss about group communication, that is session 3.3 inside model 3. How will you organize the content for presentation? Okay, so this topic is based upon what things to consider when you want to give a presentation. What are the key aspects, the contents of it. So before you give the presentation, you have to form some strong content to show to the audience in the form of presentation, in the form of your saying your words or some scriptures. Okay, so basically the 3 points are here: the introduction, what do you want to say, main body, say it, conclusion, repeat what you have said. Okay, the first point we see it, introduction. So introduction should be attractive when you want to present in a uh, uh, much more comfortable way. Okay, so suppose you're giving an introduction on your company, so you can start with a question: how well do you know our company? You know from where I am. That makes a unique way of presenting to the audience, and it generates or ignites the interest in you. Okay, a good introduction aims at arousing the interest of the audience is the main thing. So this is the introduction part. To grip the audience attention, the opening statement can be either a question, as I said you, a quotation, like too much is too bad. So you all know the phrases like this way: an appealing statement, a story related to the topic, or refer the some interesting statistics. This, for example, since the rise of global warming, the pollution, the air pollution, those kind of pollutions, what we can achieve to all overcome this. So I'm here to discuss about those in a much more broader way. So you can say by using this example under this statement: winning the audience confidence. Your presentation will be resulted will be checked based on the audience. If audience satisfies or explain very well, then your presentation is good, might be better. Okay, it depends upon the audience or how they react, how well they understood, and what questions they ask, if they understood, not understood, the doubts concerned. A good introduction builds up high credibility of speaker so that he can be more persuasive in the sense, in order to make the understand, or in order to try the sell his product, or in order to enroll the audience into his company. To earn the confidence of the audience, many ways may be adopted. The simplest way is that someone introduces the speaker, tells them about his qualification, etc., or the speaker introduces himself in a realistic manner by referring to organization, profession, position, so on. This I'll explain in an example. Suppose I'm from Intel company. Okay, everybody likes Intel company, I too. Suppose there's another person who introduces me. Instead of I'm introducing myself, he introduces me. Okay, Professor Tofik has come from Intel company. Since you know the Intel company is a very much more than MCA company, is a producer of chips processors. So he is here to give a thoughts upon different kind of suppose when the speaker says he's here to give the presentation on different kind of topic, but also the audience ignites the interest by because he's from Intel company, not from an ordinary company. For that reason, yeah, it's from Intel company. He has something to say which is not related to the IT field but related to the other field. So that explanation is under this statement. Preview the presentation. Third purpose, which generally a good introduction should serve it to give the audience a preview of the what is going to present it. This statement, I'll give an example by saying that the promo of a movie, the promo of a game. Suppose if you the most famous game, the Counter Strike. Suppose in 2020 there's a Counter Strike. Someone is the developer is going to reveal the game scenes, game stages. Okay, so he'll start with a video. Like the Counter Strike was developed in 1995, 96. He'll give that preview. Then he'll give a title like now in 2020. So that preview you can show in that form by, or in order to make a presentation much more attractive. So these are the 3 points regarding under the introduction. The main body. Okay, the main body. After the introduction, you have to sell your topics, explain your topic, make the audience understand your topic. Okay, so the 3 points are inductive order, deductive order, question to answer order, and chronological order. Inductive order, in the sense presenter moves from particular statements to general statements. In the sense he starts with it, goes on to the slides, and hence answer all the questions later. Deductive order moves from general statements to particular statements. This is the reverse of this. Question to answer order. Okay, in this order the presenter begins with certain questions like: do you well know what are the plant-based food diets? Do you well know how earth is moving at a speed which is much more slower than other planets? So that you can start or your content. chronological order. This is the self-explanatory that you can start from the introduction, main body, then questions, then finishing up. So this is the main body. Next, causes and effect. Okay, this order can be used to explain the causes and then effects of situation. While this is using this order, speaker make use of transitional words such as therefore, so, because, however, moreover, in addition, or finally. So when you try to explain, you can use some effective words like because, however, therefore. Okay, those if you say in a much more bigger tone. For example, I'll give an example. Therefore, MCA is much more a profound PG course in Belgaum. If you do the admission Jain College, for that reason it makes some sense now. For that reason, Leonie Anderson suggests that speaker pause occasionally for questions. In suppose in your class you are giving a seminar, whether a person gives a seminar speaking continuously is good, or his pauses a little bit, look at the audience, is that good? Now I paused, you were waiting for me to speak, right? So that kind of pausing, that kind of pause form you can use in your seminar. Next, conclusion or close. Okay, after you deal with all explanation, after you doubts, after you ask the doubts, or before asking the doubts, you have to conclude. You can say conclude in a much more attractive way or impressive way, like, so I conclude myself. So if you have any doubts, if you have any queries, or if you want to join my company, you can say the conclusion in this kind of manner. You can also conclude with a quotation or recall the earlier story joke. Okay, joke in the sense, suppose I given a joke, the fat elephant cannot jump on a rope. So I conclude myself, this is the presentation. You can conclude in that way also, but you have to conclude in a unique way that makes the last point also much more attractive to the audience. So this was the conclusion part of that presentation. How well you prepare an outline for the presentation. An outline is a mechanical framework in which are fitted the bits and pieces of your presentation material. So spending time developing an outline never goes waste. In fact, you should use an outline as your script, but be prepared to deviate in response. An outline can help the speaker to keep the presentation both audience and center with allotted time. An outline prepared carefully may include the following points. Okay, this I'll be discovering in coming videos. The basic brief explanation about this is that suppose if you have a paper in you and explaining the same with a slide, you can look at the paper, that becomes an outline. Whether you miss something or you're gonna miss something, or you're gonna say something that makes much more understandable for your product or content. Okay, so this was about your how will you organize the content for presentation under model 3.3. If you have any doubts, just message me, and thank you for your time.